talking about Ato Forson. And Ato Forson is a minister designate for finance. Minister designate for finance. His name is Dr. Kesiel Ato Forson. He got his PhD from KNUST. So Dr. Ato Forson has been Deputy Minister of Finance before in the first coming of John Mahama. He was Deputy, Minister of Finance. And so I love it when people have a past. Because based on your past, we can judge what you will become with your present. The only time where we cannot use somebody's past to judge what they will become in the future is when the person has given their life to Christ. Shaka said, no questions, but NDC is also a devil wing party. That one, I didn't say it. I didn't say that, please. I didn't say that. All right. Ato Forson, as a member of the opposition minority from 2017 to 2024, held certain views. Now, one of the views that Ato Forson held, I'm coming to play it to you for your hearing. And this was when when the whole betting controversy and conversation started. This is what Ato Forson said later last year. Or no, I think this one he said it sometime last year, when the whole issue about government said they needed to diversify and getting more revenue. So they were going to tax betting. This is what Ato Forson said.
To look at the gambling industry.
Yes, it's in the budget, yes.
It's in the budget.
They're doing reorganization.
You know where I have a problem with? You know where I have a problem with that one? Massive problem. My problem is simple. Ghana, today we are complaining that this very gambling is destroying our youth. I've read a number of articles on this. I would have thought government will come out with a policy to restrict gambling. Well, you need money to ban it. Look, to run a country is not all about money. Really? It's not all about money.
Yeah, but
you need to preserve society as well. Yeah.
All right. So I'll play it to you again. And please, listen carefully. Please, listen carefully.
To look at the gambling industry.
Yes, it's in the budget, yes.
It's in the budget.
They're doing reorganization.
You know where I have a problem with? You know where I have a problem with that one? Massive problem. My problem is simple. Ghana, today we are complaining that this very gambling is destroying our youth. I've read a number of articles.
People, as leaders, you must be people of integrity. As a leader, you must believe in what you stand for, and you must stand by it, even if that is going to be unpopular. If indeed what Ato Forson said was not just a mere political statement made by a minority person or somebody in minority, but if indeed that is what he believes in, then I am challenging Ato Forson to ban gambling in all shape and form in Ghana. Yes, it's not about saying it. It's about passing, it's about putting in the work, it's about showing us that whatever you are saying, you believe in it. So we are calling Honorable Ato Forson. Once he is approved by Parliament, the first thing that should be done is that he should ban betting. Because he said it. I'm not the one saying it. He said it. And for the last time, I'm going to play it again for the purpose of people who were not around when I played it. Let's listen to Ato Forson.
To look at the gambling industry.
Yes, it's in the budget, yes.
It's in the budget.
They're doing reorganization.
You know where I have a problem with? You know where I have a problem with that one? Massive problem. My problem is simple.
He said he has a massive problem with the budget. And he's come to tell you what the massive problem is. This is Ato Forson granting an interview to Joy News.
Ghana, today we are complaining that this very gambling is destroying our youth. I've read a number of articles on this.
Ato Forson says that Ghana, we are complaining that betting is destroying our youth. And he has read a number of articles on that.
I would have thought government will come out with a policy to restrict gambling. But you need money to ban it.
So he said that he would have thought government will come with a policy to restrict gambling. Then he says, I mean, ban it. I mean, ban it. For the last time, I mean, ban it. So right now, Ato Forson's party is in power. They have overwhelming majority in parliament. Ghanaians, this is how to know if NDC mean business or not. What they say. Do they live by what they say? Do they live by what they say? Any human being that does not live or stand by what they say should not be trusted. Any person who does not live by what they say or stand by what they say and believe in should not be trusted. Now, Ato Forson, we are expecting you as Minister of Finance to ban gambling. That is the first thing. Now, the second thing is that somewhere October, NDC came up with some funny tactics in Parliament, and they named themselves majority because they said some people were going independent, and so they had lost their places in Parliament and all blah blah blah. When NDC came up with that, they organized a press conference. NDC organized a press conference. And in that press conference, they outlined certain things they were coming to do with the majority, right, that they had. They listed a number of taxes that they were coming to remove with the majority they had snatched in Parliament. Aside that also, they campaign based on the same thing, that if Ghanaians vote for them, there were a number of taxes. Okay? There were a number of taxes that they were coming to remove. And so let's listen to Ato Forson again, who is the Minister of Finance designate of John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency, when NDC had a so-called majority in Parliament.
It's indeed true that we will use our new majority numbers to benefit Ghanaians by introducing private members' bill to remove the e-levy and to reduce the suffering of the people of Ghana. It is also true that we will use our new majority to remove the betting tax and other nuisance tax.
All right.
And that it is affecting the survival of businesses and the people of Ghana. We assure you that we will use our new majority to protect businesses and the people of Ghana, as we have always maintained. We are confident that the Right Honourable Speaker has acted fairly, firmly, and lawfully in a matter that is perfectly within his province. Speaker Bagbin has had a distinguished and unprecedented.
Okay, so again,
True that we will use our new majority numbers to benefit Ghanaians by introducing private members' bill to remove the e-levy and to reduce the suffering of the people of Ghana. It is also true that we will use our new majority to remove the betting tax and other nuisance tax.
okay. So this was in October when NDC had staged a coup in Parliament and then had declared themselves majority. Now, after declaring themselves majority, they held a press conference and they said the reason for the coup they did in Parliament, aided by the Speaker, Right Honourable, is because they wanted to lessen the burden of Ghanaians. And to them, lessening the burden of Ghanaians means that e-levy must go, betting tax must go. I repeat, to Ato Forson and the NDC, lessening the burden of Ghanaians means that e-levy must go, betting tax must go. And this was reiterated on several occasions by the now President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Auntie Pauline says, I just love your analysis. Well done. Always doing your research before coming on live. Thank you so much, Mommy. That is Ato Forson. That for Ghanaians to be happy, for Ghanaians to be okay, e-levy must go, betting tax must go. That's not my voice. He said it. Your Minister of Finance designate by John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency. This is his belief. This is what it stands for. Now, because of this sign they showed in October, Ghanaians trusted them, and even though they could not hang on to the majority, they voted for them in December 7th, this past 7th December, so that NDC will have an overwhelming majority in parliament. Because Ghanaians believe that once NDC has an overwhelming majority in parliament, what it stands to mean is that betting tax will go, COVID tax will go, e-levy will go. That is what they told Ghanaians, and that is what they made Ghanaians believe. Now, it so happens that after voting for them, they have started what I call excuse-athon or explanathon. So you can choose which one to use. Excuse-athon or explanathon. Excuse-athon or explanathon. Why am I saying that? Strangely, as if from nowhere, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama says that he has met with IMF and he was told that we had used, how do you call it? I'm coming. So, excuse-athon or explanathon. John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency, said that he had met with IMF, and IMF said that Akufo-Addo, Bawumia government, have signed an agreement that they have collateralized e-levy, COVID tax, and betting tax. And so, what he can do is to rationalize it. Ghanaians are saying, no way. That is not what you told us. You never spoke about rationalization. You were clear in the terms you used. You were clear in the terms you used. And the term you used, nowhere was rationalizing found. The term you used was remove. The term you used was cancel. The term you used was forbid. These three. Those are the three words NDC used throughout the campaign. Cancel, remove, forbid these taxes. And so, the weak explanation that is coming up that Akufo-Addo, Bawumia have signed an agreement with IMF with those taxes is not true. It is not true. Why is it not true? Because we have taken time to go through the agreement Ken Ofori-Atta signed with IMF. In fact, yes, they call them the draconian taxes. Thank you so much, my brother, for reminding me. They call them the draconian taxes, the wicked taxes, the heartless taxes, the unthinkable, unfathomable taxes. That is the name NDC gave to them. And he said, remove, cancel, forbid. These three, all those taxes. Now, this remove, cancel, forbid is becoming rationalizing. And this is what we do not want to hear. Ghanaians are not ready for this. We are not ready for this at all. No politics with us. Because people were doing it, you said they can't do it. And that is why before any election, you come up with a manifesto. That is the contract you have with the people. Your manifesto is a contract you have with the people. So if that is a contract you have with the people, then you cannot change it unilaterally. You have a contract with the people, you cannot change it unilaterally. Meaning that you alone cannot stand and cancel a contract. It's a two-way thing. The people must agree. And when it comes to e-levy, betting tax, COVID tax, the people do not agree to any kind of rationalization. The English rationalization, we don't want to hear it at all. That is not what we were promised.